the cold winning the engagement and knew its assault would soon take her down. Her body ached so badly that at times she thought she might welcome that moment, just to stop, lay down, and drift away. Only the thought of the animals finding her corpse before spring thaw would allow the sons of man to come upon her final resting place drove her on. A certain paranoia had seeped into her mind now. She was sure that wolves were just out of sight in the tree line, just waiting for her to falter. "Just a bit further," she kept repeating to herself as her trail weaved side to side, the wind howling so loud she could barely hear the words. Rounding a sharp bend in the river path, Edith suddenly stopped. Extending her neck and peering through the white curtain of flakes, a glint of yellow had caught her eye. She stared for a long moment, her foggy brain trying to decipher what her eyes told her was true. Was this a fire? No. This was square. Realization finally snapped into place. This was a window. Light from behind a window. Light means warmth to be had. Edith laughed out loud at the luck of it and trudged forward. Still a half a mile off through the deepening snow, she was renewed and no longer felt the bite of the cold. Though in the back of her mind, this caused her concern. She knew she should still be feeling it. Eyes focused only on the tiny yellow square, she plowed through the knee-deep snow, knowing only by reaching the light could she be delivered. Shivering so hard that her teeth chattered, one mitten still holding the blanket closed, Edith approaches the large log structure. Her other mitten out in front of her as if begging for rescue, she takes stock of the refuge. Large lettering above the door states, "The Red Onion Saloon." Several windows glow with the promise of redemption behind obscuring layers of frost. 2 dog sleds with harnessed teams are parked in front. Some of the dogs yipping and alert to her presence. Most stay curled and half buried by the snow. Grabbing the door with her empty hand, she lunges her whole body against it and enters with wind and flakes blowing in around her. Using her ass to push it closed again, she blinks at the change in illumination to focus and finds a dozen men staring at her in silence, some standing at the bar, some seated at tables. They've all turned to see who was foolish enough to be out in this tempest. Edith wobbles slightly, taking in the room. Her complexion is ashen color, her long eyelashes thick with frost crystals. Reaching up with both mittens, she dislodges the blanket and hood, throwing both back and shaking out auburn locks as every mouth in the house hangs open in disbelief.
"Evening, boys. Buy a girl a drink, eh?"
Edith's coy smile paints itself on with muscle memory. Her eyes flutter. Everything goes black for her, and she crumples to the floor.